You know, Scott's gone. Yes.
Okay, so I'm thinking we kill Scott, and I'm taking over as host. You guys cool with that?
I like the kill Scott part. I don't know about you.
What? Yeah. I could be host.
I can be host.
Well, no. How can we host?
No.
What do I mean?
You guys want to just try host it? We all just say the same stuff at the same time?
Well, see, I tried that.
Ready?
Well,
hey guys, welcome to the Relay Podcast.
Today's episode 15.
That sounds great.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Up Real Late Podcast. We're on episode 15 this week, 2015, and my name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick. How you doing today?
I'm fantastic.
Whoa.
Oh no!
Starting off another punny episode today.
What? That wasn't pun.
Right.
That was right.
Totally.
No.
And also,
I speak weird. Shut up.
Speech impediment.
Also here is Tyler Spitolsky.
I have no pun.
No pun?
No. I was going to, believe it or not, I was actually going to use fantastic.
Yeah. But you're looking for a hook, but...
I was. You.
Oh.
Well.
And also here is Adam Franey. What's going on, Adam? Excited to be here?
You got nothing?
No.
Yeah.
Got nothing. Okay.
Yes.
Adam is here. He is here, guys.
Let's just run down, as usual, a couple topics that we're going to talk about on this week's podcast. As usual, we're going to talk about the last movie we saw. And this week, our review of the week is the movie Pan. And we're also going to talk some news. A trailer dropped for the next Coen Brothers movie. And Jesse Eisenberg had some comments about Lex Luthor we're going to get into. And yeah, there's a couple other things we might get into, but we'll get into that later. But now, let's... before we get to our first topic, I do want to mention for the listeners, we do have, if you want to skip to any of the topics that I just mentioned, you check in the description box below. You can click on any of the timestamps and you can skip ahead. So, yeah, just something for you guys there. So, firstly, let's get into our last scene. Anyone want to start us off this week? Tim, as usual.
Timster?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
You're up to bat, Tim.
yeah. What do you got for us this week?
So I had a different movie planned for my last scene, but I had a busy week and I couldn't finish it.
Really?
I was watching Short Term 12.
You
It would have been nice to review
bitch.
that. First half, really, really good so far.
Pull the switty.
Keep
What
you
did you
guys-
do, Switty 2 months ago?
So I'll do the one I saw in theaters a couple weeks ago with the girlfriend.
Nice.
We went to see 2015's The Intern.
Oh, highly anticipated
This
movie.
is
That's exciting.
written and directed by Nancy Meyers, who directed Parent Trap, What Women Want, Something's Gotta Give, The Holiday. It's complicated.
Okay, so all movies that I'd be
this
really, really
fits
excited
in
about.
nicely with all of those.
Ten
I can
years
see
ago.
why you preface this with saw it with my girlfriend.
This is starring Robert De Niro, Anne Hathaway, Renee Russo, and Adam Devine. Basically, the plot is a recent widower and retiree, Ben, applies for an internship at a new and hip office. He gets assigned to work with the overworked and demanding CEO, Jules, who's played by Anne Hathaway.
Sounds like a real
This
hard
wasn't
hitter.
as bad as I thought it was going to be. There were actually some pretty funny moments.
Okay.
Maybe because I was in a theater, and I find comedies are a little bit funnier when you're surrounded by, like,
People that are laughing
100
too.
people laughing as well.
I agree.
Briefly, I'm not going to go along with this one at all. I rated a heavy 2 out of 5 reels.
Okay.
The
So above
girlfriend,
average.
the girlfriend told me her rating. Clearly not a listener of the program, because she said she gives it a hard 5.
Wow.
Damn.
Nice. That's aggressive. That's an aggressive rating.
So we'll keep a log of Ashley's ratings here
Yeah.
on the show.
So we got a hard 5 for
Intern,
the
hard 5.
Boom.
First rating of the year from...
Write that down.
Yeah, decent. Like, it's okay. De Niro was pretty funny. He's pretty charming in it. He's likable, actually.
But pretty straightforward movie.
Pretty straightforward
Nothing
movie.
surprised
Yes.
you.
Well,
It has those classic ups and down moments. Like, they're getting along, then they don't get along. They get along, and then there's family drama mixed in there.
Oh, well, now I'm not going to see it.
Sorry, man.
I know.
You're pumped for that one?
I was.
You're like, I feel like this is more generous. People think that this looks brutal. A lot of people online.
I thought it
So
looked
that's-
brutal, too.
Oh,
Well, we all thought that.
So your
It
reviews
just looked like
what
pure
I'm saying
generic.
is like your reviews actually
Average.
more
The performances
positive.
are good, so, like, it elevates it above, like,
Well, that's
your
better than
standard
I thought.
schlocky,
De
like,
Niro and Hathaway. I mean,
yeah.
they're serviceable actors.
Yeah.
So no Oscar buzz?
No.
Well, you're laughing, but people were saying De Niro and Hathaway could be like a Devil Wears Prada type thing.
Oh, interesting.
Because did that get Oscar buzz at the time?
Probably not.
No? I thought there was some sort of like Meryl Streep maybe.
Yeah, I think
She wasn't nominated for it.
She was nominated, but she didn't win.
But I mean, it's Meryl Streep.
Meryl
I know, it's, yeah.
She's kind of had the... Yeah. She's been nominated how many times?
The woman sneezes and it gets the best performance of the year.
Yeah.
Double-digit times, I know that.
But yeah, I guess, is that all you got about The Intern? Is that much to say about it?
That's all I got. I was the youngest in the theater by like 30 years.
Jesus
really?
Christ.
Got the older crowd in there,
Got
eh?
the older crowd. We went to an early show too. We saw it at like 6:30 or something.
So there was like 80-year-olds in there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because you're old as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Get it?
I get it.
All right. Anyone else want to jump in with their last scene there?
If you want to top The Intern, go ahead. Try.
Yeah.
In turn, we will try to top the Intern.
Wow.
Okay, well,
Tyler.
I'll go next.
Tyler, what do you got? What's the last movie you saw?
The last movie I saw was actually the one I saw. I actually snuck it in last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Last minute.
I'll do the
last minute, last scene.
Should I do the? I'll do the description first.
Yeah, tease us.
Yeah,
tease us a little bit.
Little 2012 film that Scotty was super excited for.
2012.
Yeah, right.
That's recent.
Bit of a throwback here.
Okay. Getting my juices going here.
Mega City 1.
Holy shit,
son.
Is a vast, violent metropolis where felons rule the streets. The only law lies with cops called judges, who act as judge, jury, and executioner. And
Nice.
Dredd, played by Carl Urban, is one of the city's most feared. One day, Dredd is partnering with Cassandra, played by Olivia Thirlby, a rookie with powerful psychic abilities. A report of a terrible crime sends Dredd and Cassandra to a dangerous area controlled by Mama, played by Lena Headey, who is not Lena Dunham, just so you guys know.
Lena Headey.
Got those guys mixed up. A drug lord who will stop at nothing to protect her empire.
Okay.
They're both making
I'm pretty hyped. It's one of those, surprise hits of that year. I thought, I love Dredd, honestly.
I know, because you gave me Blade Runner and Dredd on DVD, and
Yeah.
I didn't watch either of them for the longest time. In fact, you actually asked for them back before I watched them. So, but this one,
I thought you would have watched them.
The ultimate viewing experience. DVD.
Hey,
Sorry.
don't hate.
I'm telling you, man, Blu-rays are
Damn
face.
pixels.
It's not going to last.
So what do you think of
so-
Dredd? I first of all, I must say, I saw it in 3D. It was pretty amazing in 3D.
That would have been really cool to see in 3D, because one of the things I love most about it was how, because slow-mo plays a huge part in this movie.
Yeah, the drug. It was
And all the bullet scenes and stuff, it was really cool seeing that in slow-mo.
slow motion.
I can imagine
explosions.
seeing that in 3D would just be even better.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's like the first logical reason to have 3D
Yeah.
in a movie in like
Slow-mo
long time.
bullet time. It was incredible.
Yeah. What do you think of it? What do you think of Dredd?
I
like it?
really, really liked it.
Nice.
It seemed like a
Nice.
classic Switty movie.
Yeah, it was a Switty
Oh,
thing.
Yeah, it was just
action.
gratuitous amounts of violence,
Just great
and
one-liners.
that's it. It was just amazing.
Great one-liners. I love how it's like enclosed in like a one kind of.
You know what that made me
Mission.
think of?
The Raid?
No, I haven't seen the Raid.
Okay.
But it
Yeah?
had a very, very big Die Hard feel to it.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Die Hard.
Yeah.
It all takes place in like
I
one
thought you hadn't seen
building.
Die Hard.
I should say I saw Die Hard.
Is that?
Like
Please
last
tell
week.
me.
That's not my last scene.
How can Die Hard not be your last? We'll get to that. We'll tear you apart later.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
But no, I had because they're trapped in this one building, trying to the entire building's against them.
It wasn't like
Yeah,
an
it was
expansive story. It was like
Die Hard.
Yeah,
tight.
it was essentially
For sure.
Die Hard, but
Yeah.
not as good.
Which is a cool idea.
Yeah.
Like to take Dredd and give it the Die Hard like trapped in a tower
Yeah.
feel, or the Raid feel.
Yeah,
or
for
whatever.
sure.
So I'll run through the cast quickly. There was, or I'm just searching through Franny's memory banks here.
Search the memory banks, bud.
Carl Urban, Olivia Thirlby, Lena Headey, Domhnall Gleeson, who I know that Tim is a huge
I forgot
fan
he's
of.
in this.
That
Tom
Gleason's in that.
Yeah.
That Gleason.
Wood Harris, Langley Kirkwood, and then a whole bunch of other people I've never heard of.
Yeah, it's pretty good cast.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty ballsy also for Carl Urban to not show his face.
Yeah.
The entire movie, only his
Bravo.
upper lip.
Yeah,
down.
lower upper lip and that that's it.
That was ballsy. He didn't pull a Sylvester Stallone and have to pull up because that was a main thing in the comics. That he never took his helmet off. He never saw his face.
Was this a remake?
Well, it was a reboot.
Reboot? Sorry, is this a reboot?
Based on a graphic novel.
Okay.
Judge Dredd, but it would obviously Sylvester Stallone did it in the 90s.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd, which is pretty. Have you guys seen the original Judge Dredd?
No, I just
I
saw
saw
it.
it in the 90s, and I remember being pretty terrible.
It was pretty atrocious.
When you were our age.
Tim was like 30 at the
I was
time.
about 30 at the time.
Yeah.
Right, you were 30, yeah. You saw it in the theater, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like Judge Dredd or Dredd, sorry, I really enjoyed it. Not getting a sequel though, as far as I know.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I was pretty sad about that.
IMDb gave it a 7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 78, which I thought was pretty low. I assumed I thought it would be higher than that.
That makes sense. Like, if you think about it, like
8 out of 10 people like it.
Yeah.
Well, look at Spy with Melissa McCarthy and Jason Statham and all them. Like that's at like what
90 something.
Yeah.
High 90s. Like that was funny, but I liked this more than that. Like I thought this was better than that.
I think the thing about Dredd is, if you guys remember the trailer for it, the commercial, like the marketing wasn't done that well. I disagree, but a lot of people say, like John Campea, especially about Dredd.
Shout out to John Campea.
Yeah, he just despises the marketing campaign for that movie.
You disagree?
I disagree. I actually liked the trailer.
What?
I actually liked the trailer for Dredd.
Really?
That got me hyped for it.
At all.
Huh?
I don't remember the trailer.
Yeah, that's
It was like an odd.
What Tim
It
said.
was.
yeah, here's the thing: like, how well did the marketing and advertising actually do? Because I've never heard of it until you brought it
Went
up.
bombed
It was
for
that
a
song
reason.
like "Going In for a Kill" or something like that, and it was like this really weird. It was a really weird song choice, but I liked it, and it actually got me hyped for it. Maybe that's why my expectations were high going in. But I think for the average movie-going audience, like people like didn't get it. They didn't understand it.
Well, you'd think that it being a 90s Stallone reboot, you'd think that it would have gotten a little more hype, right?
I think that added to the stink of it, that people, they didn't want to see like this atrocious Sylvester Stallone movie again. They're like, Dredd? Like, no.
It just looked so generic. Like it looked like the RoboCop reboot.
Yeah.
I did get a very big
What
RoboCop
is
vibe
this?
from it.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't
That was
care.
after Dredd too, but yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. Yeah, I'm with Campea. Like the trailer was just so generic. I was like, this is terrible. And then I don't know. When I saw it, it just punched me in the face. I was like, what the hell is this?
I'm not gonna lie. That trailer, I played it on repeat. I'm not even kidding. I actually
I'll have to check the trailer out.
like. I have to admit, I really like that trailer. If you listeners out there have seen that trailer or haven't seen it, go watch that trailer and let us know what you think.
Pause this, go watch the trailer, come back, and listen to what Scott's saying.
Yeah, honestly, I liked it.
And then comment.
Yeah. Tell him what a freak he is.
So, Reels.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Boom. Judge this thing.
I'm going to give it...
What are you dreading judging this?
Wow, that was a rapid fire punch right there.
Back to back.
Oh my god, that was perfect. Okay. I'm going to give this a high 3.
High 3.
High 3.
Okay.
High 3 what?
High 3 thumbs up. A thumbs up. Is that how we do it?
No.
No, that's not.
I'm not gonna lie. It's just
Heavy?
I
3?
yeah.
Heavy 3 reels?
Heavy
What was
3.
that?
What was
Hard
it?
3.
Is this a fishing podcast? We don't do reels. Yeah,
Film
yeah.
reels.
Heavy 3 reels.
Okay. All right.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
I think I'm going to jump in with my last scene, if you don't mind.
Body.
Rainy, you just on the back burner. You just sit there.
Yeah, who gives
While
a
you
shit
get your memory
what I
banks in
think?
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just prepare.
A movie that... This is a movie that I've been wanting to see for a while because I've heard a lot about it.
Oh, God.
But
Looking at me.
Yeah.
no, I'm just talking to everyone.
Okay.
I think regarded as a classic, and this movie, directed by
I'll be the judge of classics.
George Lucas.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Came out August 11th, 1973. American Graffiti.
Damn!
Yeah. This movie, I keep hearing it's on all these lists, like American Classic, all this stuff. I'm like, what is it even about? All I knew was that it was a movie that George Lucas did before Star Wars. Like, that's all I really knew.
Harrison Ford.
And that Harrison Ford made one of his first appearances in maybe it was his first actually, but I'm not sure if it was actually his first appearance in a film, but that was sort of his breakout role, I guess. And yeah, this movie is basically, it's set in 1962 in Modesto, California. And
Did it come out in 1962?
No. It came out in 1973.
Oh, okay.
And it was set in 62. It's basically set in one night of these kids like cruising down the street. Like they basically, they just graduated high school, and some of them are going away to college and university, and so they're like their last hurrah, like their last kind of time to like have a fun night before they go away. And the main character, actually I'll run down the cast real quick. Richard Dreyfuss, Ron Howard, Paula Matt, Charles Martin Smith, and Harrison Ford. He actually had a smaller role than I expected. Like he didn't have a huge part, Harrison Ford.
Harry.
But he definitely made an impact. He was pretty jokes. But it's sort of highlighting this culture at the time of how kids like hung out and like picked up girls and stuff. Of literally just cruising down the street, like the main strip, in like these like this movie. The cars in this movie look like amazing. It's like all classic cars. Sweetie, you'd like this.
I would love this.
It's like all like legit cars. Like Paul Le Mat's character, who's like this street racer, like has this like chop top like roadster with like the front. You know how the engine, like they take the engine cover off.
Yeah.
Just with the just a
the,
big block engine.
Yeah, they did the turbo
and like
top.
this like yellow like it was like this sick roadster. And
I think I've heard that they like the way Lucas puts the cars on film, it's like he's worshiping them. It's like a love letter.
Yeah, honestly, and there's also a throwback which I still have yet to see. His I don't know if it was his first movie, THX 1138.
I believe so.
It's like a science fiction, like dystopian future kind of movie that Lucas did before this. The license plate on that car is THX 138.
Yeah,
cool.
that number gets referenced a lot in movies apparently.
Yeah, it does.
Really?
But yeah, this movie it's basically like a coming of age movie about a few different characters and their interactions, and I really enjoyed it. Honestly, like I honestly do think it's a classic. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, I think
I didn't know which way you were gonna go.
It's definitely worth seeing. And Paul Le Mat's character, like this street racer, like he was, I really liked him, and it was just interesting seeing how it was kind of like peering into the world of 1962 and like how these kids like went to drive-in and like picked up girls, and like you just drive up beside people at a red light and like you're talking, everyone's like, it's all like young kids, they're like talking, like picking people up and like, yo, want to go for a ride in the car? Like it's just such a alien experience from what our culture is now, and that's I'm pretty sure that's what Lucas was trying to do, because that was like 10 years before. That was how he experienced, like that was his experience.
Whereas someone comes up to your car now in the middle, like, at a red light, you just immediately peel off and run 2 red lights to get away from them because you think they're going to fire you.
It was totally the opposite. And he wanted to sort of express that because at that point in the 70s, that wasn't how things were done anymore. Like the culture had totally changed. Yeah.
That's weird, because that's like a movie coming out now about 2004 being like, whoa, look how different it was.
Or like before cell phones or something like that.
Yeah.
Like trying to experience that, or like people calling on a landline, like that was like he wanted to like throw back to that. And actually it was interesting, I read that he based a few of the characters after different parts in his life.
Okay.
Like Charles Martin Smith's character is like this super big nerd, like big thick glasses, like struggling to like pick up girls and like just being a mess basically. And that was like showing that one part of his life in high school when he was like struggling, like he was like just a big nerd. And then Richard Dreyfuss's character was like he was like flip-flopping whether or not he wanted to go to college and like all this stuff, and that was sort of an aspect of another part of George Lucas's life. And also Paul Le Mat's character, who was like a street racer. Like George Lucas was like really big into racing before he got into like an accident, and then he like went into filmmaking after that. So like all these characters are like based on different aspects of his life. I thought that was kind of cool how like personal it was for him.
Yeah,
he was a street racer, so he got in an accident. So we decided I'm gonna fall back on my safety career, which is filmmaking.
Yeah, seriously,
something a little more secure.
I just thought that was interesting to see all those characters and how like real these characters felt too. Like they felt like legit, and how much of a stark contrast that was from like Star Wars, and like how like the relationships in Star Wars, and like I don't know. It was interesting to see like an actual movie, like a regular film done by George Lucas that wasn't like Star Wars.
That's why I want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? Like,
So,
what would that be like?
I would definitely recommend it. I'm gonna give it 4 to 5 reels for me. I think I even gave it 4.5 on Letterboxd, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I really liked it. It was an interesting, view into 1962 California. Yeah.
Harrison Ford was good. You have a small part.
Yeah, Harrison Ford was good. He was like
Harry.
a rival like street racer who wanted to like race Paul Le Mat. He had like a cowboy hat.
Snakes?
No, there were no snakes in this
snakes,
movie.
yeah. Good,
Not
because
a
Harrison
single
Ford is
snake?
terrified of them.
And he like really wanted to, because he heard that like Paul Le Mat's character was like this really big street racer and like he was like the best around, so like he wanted to like race him. And it's kind of, there's actually one famous scene which I will mention that I've seen before, which I didn't even realize until I saw the movie. I'm like, oh shit, it's from this movie, from American Graffiti. And that's Mythbusters did this on an episode where one of the characters, or Richard Dreyfuss's character, is trying to do this challenge to get into like this like car like gang where they like they all wear the same jackets.
Oh yeah.
It was like the Pharaohs or something on the
So
back,
cool.
and they had a challenge for him to get into the gang, I guess, and it was he had to tie a wire to the back axle of a police car. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. This is what he actually did. And then when the police car drove away, the axle like flew off, like the car like
Wow.
exploded. Yeah.
What?
And they did it on Mythbusters, and they tested that. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it was possible or not, but I don't know if it was busted or confirmed, but that was in this movie, and I cracked up when I saw that. I was like, wow, can't believe people did that. But I don't think that actually happened. But either way, I would definitely recommend seeing American Graffiti. George Lucas prior to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely check it out if you get a chance.
So would you say this is like the second best in his filmography?
Yeah, I would
Behind
say.
A New Hope, or
Yeah.
what?
I mean,
I guess he
obviously
doesn't
Star
have
Wars is like a super classic, but
Well, Indiana Jones.
He hasn't
yeah,
directed
he
them.
was producer on that.
Oh.
I just mean directing only.
Oh, correct. Okay.
But yeah, American Graffiti. Check it out if you guys get a chance.
All right.
Yeah, Adam.
Well.
Let's go over to you. What last movie you saw?
Looking
Now
super greasy.
You're getting
right
greasy.
Oh, it just came to me.
Whew.
Hit up the old memory banks here.
Now. Yeah.
What do you got for
I
us?
struggle to get through this one without laughing, because you guys are gonna be a little excited.
Whoa.
I'll start off with the plot description. I'm sweating. I'm nervous. Sure.
You gonna pull it under the skin on us or something?
Journalist Mikhail Blomqvist
Oh,
is aided.
You fucking did!
Oh,
You did!
I'm gonna take a lap.
You
is aided in his search for a woman who's been missing for 40 years by Lambeth Salander, a young computer hacker. That's a typo. Lisbeth Salander,
Elizabeth Salander.
a young computer hacker. I'm talking about the girl with the dragon
You
tattoo,
greaseball.
American remake.
Okay, so for the listeners who don't know, prior to hitting record on today's episode, we had been just harping on Franny for not watching this movie.
You're talking about
because-
how he had to finish his Fincher list, his Fincher filmography, and this is the only movie he hadn't seen yet. He's like, yeah, guys, I still gotta watch it. Like, you fucking greaseball.
I got him good, guys. So written by
Scumbag.
Steven Zalian, directed by David Fincher.
Confidence there.
Of course. Completed the Finchography with this one. Starring Daniel Craig, Rooney Mara, not to be confused with Noomi Rapace,
Yeah, who are not the same person who I learned earlier this week.
Christopher Plummer, Stellan Skarsgård, and Robin Wright.
Right. What'd you think of it?
Franny, come
Yeah,
on!
get into it.
You wondering what I thought of it?
Yes!
I fucking loved it.
Yeah, you did!
Masterpiece.
Yes.
Can't believe it took me this long.
Seriously.
I feel like such an idiot. I saw the Swedish one when it came out, and I never felt I needed to see this one until I really got into David Fincher, and boy was I stupid.
Yeah.
Best opening credit scene of all time, quite
I
possibly.
warned you about that.
Yes.
Like, seriously, just watch the opening and get into it.
These guys have been harping on me to see this for weeks.
Yeah.
That opening.
That opening, though.
Right?
It's like a Bond intro.
It is like a
Ironically,
Bond
yeah.
intro.
Yeah.
Because Daniel Craig, it's like weird. It's like meta.
Yeah. The Trent Reznor remix of the classic song.
Zeppelin.
Zeppelin
The Immigrant
song?
Song,
Immigrant
yeah.
Song,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Which
there
is
you
cool
go.
because Zeppelin doesn't usually let people do covers of their songs or let them use for like movies and stuff like that.
Really?
So like, the fact that they did this
Yeah.
made it like all that much better.
It's like a black, how do you describe it? Black tar kind of simulating different
Yeah.
shapes and like images
Weird,
that
fluid, yeah.
represent the movie.
yeah.
It's very Fincher
Yeah.
and very obviously Reznor with the sound.
Yeah,
Speaking of Reznor, the score in this film is insane. It's
just
like,
gorgeous.
So good.
it sounds like cheesy, but it is like a character. Like every time that score comes creeping in, my expectations change for the scene, and I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen here?
Yeah,
Reznor was nominated for best score.
I was
Lost.
say that's one of the few nominations this movie got. This kind of flew underneath all the Oscars.
which was very surprising. I thought that it would have gotten a lot more nominations.
Exactly. I was surprised it didn't get a best picture nom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It didn't, right?
No, Rooney Mara was nominated. Reznor was nominated. I probably got some editing award or something
Yeah,
like that too.
Probably editing.
It won best editing, I think. Yeah, it did. It won best editing. It was up for
Actually, this
score,
reminds
best
me, sorry to jump in. American Graffiti was actually nominated for Best Picture. I'm
Oh,
not even
really?
kidding. Yeah.
holy shit.
Jump back into Girl
Wow.
Thing Tattoo.
Good to know.
I just forgot. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, so Rooney Mara blew me away.
yeah.
Jaw-dropping transformation.
Mm-hmm.
The physical transformation was one
After
thing.
seeing Pan, or actually, did you see Pan before or after this?
After.
Okay, so
I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, she looks like this punk rock, emo girl. And then...
Gutter scum, kind of like it's well.
Wow.
whoa!
Gutter scum.
Did no one else think that? No, just me. Okay,
No, that was just you.
we can edit that out, right?
That's staying in. That is staying in.
Rooney, you're a
That
gorgeous
gutter scum's
actress,
gonna make
and
me come.
you're
Great
amazing in everything you do.
performance. Like,
Yeah,
Well, that was one level, the physical, like visual transformation. Then when she opens her mouth, she's talking with a Swedish accent,
yeah.
and the fact that that wasn't distracting blew me away.
right. Like it was
great.
It
I
was
didn't
like
even-
subtle.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
subtle, yeah.
it was perfect.
It was like the opposite of Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch.
Yes. Yeah.
Like she should have watched this movie and took in a note or two. Like Rooney Mara, incredible. She's talented. She's not just a pretty face. Cinematography, stunning. Like every
Amazing.
technical aspect of this movie is
Yeah.
just like I'm like, yep, perfect, stunning, great.
Like all the flashbacks that they do, like of the bridge and stuff like that, where they're just gorgeous shots.
Flashbacks done well.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's a shot where they go into Stellan Skarsgård's house, and the camera starts at the door, and Daniel Craig, he walks in to meet him, and then the camera stays outside the house, and it's just panning slowly to the side, and you follow them because it's a glass house.
Yeah.
You follow them walking through, just
Which
Beautiful shot.
reminds me, because I saw Panic Room this week. Fincher, there was some similar shots where like it was like a one shot take of like going up through like in Panic Room.
in, like
it's
the elevator.
Yeah, similar kind of like that.
Yeah, that's
But
awesome.
I love those shots. It's a different way of seeing the scene than would have been normally shot.
And there's another beautiful shot where Rooney Mara is sitting, just listening to music. I think she's, doing research for the hacking type thing that she
She's
does.
hacking.
And I'm pantomiming key typing.
Hacking.
The camera slowly pans up behind her and then raises up over her head and just kind of comes down to her face, and it's like upside down. You're seeing her upside down. Just little tricky things like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that's really cool. Like stuff where they could have just had a stationary camera. They didn't have to do that. It just adds a nice flavor to it.
And like the landscape shots too were pretty.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for reminding me. I noticed, it takes place in Sweden. I don't know if they actually... Did they shoot it in Sweden?
Yeah, I don't know where they shot it, but it was
looked like
it was
it.
set obviously Stockholm and
Yeah.
northern Sweden.
Snowy backdrop. There's a lot of white in the back. That's what I liked about the color. It's like a black and white color scheme.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shots of characters standing against the white backdrop wearing all black.
Yeah.
It was just a cool, the yin yang and all that, and
For sure.
representing these are dark characters
Yeah.
with dark pasts against the white backdrop, bringing it to the light. It was really cool. And yeah,
What do you think of Daniel Craig? Daniel Craig's performance.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is bad. Reminded me a little bit of Bond, obviously,
it's hard to separate now.
especially because I saw Skyfall before I saw this movie. So when he's going through that old cottage that he's staying in, and it's like rickety, it reminded me of the old house he goes to in Skyfall.
Yeah.
It was very Bond.
I liked how he was a little bit more vulnerable though. Like he wasn't like full of Bond.
Yeah,
like,
no, he had his
faults, and I like that.
He wasn't like a stone cold
Killer.
killing machine.
He seemed a little more real.
Yeah, he was playing a real guy basically. The big scene everyone talks about, the rape scene, one of the most traumatizing things I've ever seen. Like I wanted to take a shower. Yeah, like that was disturbing.
Yeah, because you think it's going to cut away because it just starts and then it cuts to like the hallway and it's like panning away from the door. Like, oh, okay, they're just going to leave it. No,
right.
It just cuts right
back into it. I'm like, okay,
that's exactly what I thought. I'm like, oh, this isn't so bad. But oh no, that rapist though.
I'm trying to remember what was his name. What was the actor's name? Does anyone remember what the guy's name was?
I didn't recognize him.
He had so much trouble filming that scene.
Oh, really? What
like,
do you mean? Like,
it messed with him psychologically.
Really?
Like the actor?
Yeah, the actor. Like that scene was like, I think he said like that was one of the hardest things he's ever had to do.
Yeah, it was
that
hard
that
to
actor
watch.
was in Black Hat. I remember
talking
about Black Hat.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm trying to like, what else has he been in? I'm like, oh, he's the rapist in Dragon Tattoo.
Imagine him.
It's a good thing to be remembered. From.
Yeah.
Remember that guy? He raped that girl in Dragon Tattoo.
Sodomized Rooney Mara.
Yeah. You remember that, right? Yeah.
His performance was as heinous as his performance was. Like I think he did a good job.
He made a good
portraying that.
You have to say he was good because he made you hate him.
Creepy.
He's a true scumbag. You're just like you loathe him.
Like even early on, like as soon as you meet him, like you just like he just right off the bat.
Off.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the original, so I knew.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would have known anyway. Like there's just something off about him, right? Mm-hmm. Just pure scumbag.
Yeah.
Probably the best. Although the worst, I was telling this to my girlfriend, probably the worst rape scene ever. One of the best like revenge scenes ever.
Oh yeah.
Oh for sure.
Spoiler free, but
yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
She gets her revenge eventually.
She gets it back.
I wouldn't say it's that satisfying. It's so
maybe for him.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
There's also a great scene I thought was great. Spoiler free, a torture scene. I'll put it that way. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, that one.
Yeah. Just
that was crazy.
Amazingly filmed. I wasn't expecting it. It was just totally shocked me. The choice of the music is so creepy.
Yeah.
Like, just this movie just had so many twists and turns. Like I said, it's a masterpiece. It might actually be my favorite Fincher movie.
Whoa!
I know that's very bold.
I put it up there on my list. Like it's like number 3, I think.
Well, tune into Upreal Adams Letterboxd for a Finchography list coming after this, and you might be surprised where this puppy ends up.
Ooh,
it might be at top of the list. So, of course, I think I've kind of given it away. 5 banger.
Oh,
5
shit.
banger.
Boom. 5 reels.
I'm not surprised.
Deal with it.
I'm happy.
Is this why you guys have been begging me to watch it?
Yeah.
For
Honestly,
like a month?
So good.
Like,
well,
clearly
you watch this.
Obviously, you two love it, Scott and Ty.
Yeah.
Tim.
I think it's really good. I have to rewatch it.
It was a
'cause
five
I don't think
for
it's
me
that
too.
high up on my Fincher list.
No, it's not. I remember noticing that on your list, and I was like, what?
It's like
really?
number 6 or something like that. I think, yeah.
Maybe 5. I think it might be 5 on your
Then
list.
I'm not talking.
I'll give it a little rewatch.
Well, I'm not
It's
talking to
definitely
you until you do.
Definitely heavy. I don't know if I gave it a 5.
It was a
but
5 for me for sure.
Really?
Yes.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fist bump.
Right there.
But let's along the same lines, let's move into our movie of the week.
It's a very similar movie.
Another masterpiece.
It's very what?
It's a very similar movie.
Similar movie, yeah.
Very
in
similar.
theme and
Rooney
also
Mara. What more do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much the only similarity. Rooney Mara.
No.
But yeah, our movie of the week that we are reviewing is Pan, directed by Joe Wright, starring Levi Miller, Hugh Jackman, Garrett Hedlund, Rooney Mara, and Amanda Seyfried, and I guess Cara Delevingne is in it. Pan is the story of Peter Pan, of course, and it's sort of a reimagining, retelling of his sort of backstory. And yeah, how he comes to Neverland and becomes Peter Pan. And that's pretty much all I can say about the plot.
It's described as the Batman Begins of Peter Pan, I believe, is what some people had.
More like the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Yeah.
In that it's a prequel.
Yeah. But let's get into Pan.
Okay, so
How do we start this, guys? What did we
I know how we
like?
started. We can start with a little musical number if you guys want.
We could sing.
Do you want to do some horribly done Nirvana?
Blitzkrieg Bop.
Yeah,
Let's sing Blitzkrieg Bop or Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Blitzkrieg Bop. Okay.
Here we are now.
Entertain us.
Okay, now that we got that out of the way, is there anything that we liked about Pan?
Can we do not like first?
Well, are we gonna do overall?
Well, let's
give overall impressions, or
we could.
like.
Was there anything we liked about it?
Well, that gives. I think that's gonna give away.
All right, overall impressions then, Adam. What did you think of Pan?
So the nice thing is, we actually, after we see the
Speechless.
movie, we actually don't talk about it until now. So
Yeah,
we don't know what we're
behind the
going to
scenes
say.
peek.
So none of us have heard what Adam's about to say. So this is like a big moment. Come on,
Just what do you think of Pan?
Okay.
fire it off.
Where do you even start?
Okay. This may be. I might have to call it. This may be the single worst film I've ever seen.
Really?
Wow.
Really.
Okay, so you've obviously never seen Plan 9 from Outer Space.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
This
seen
literally
The Room.
might be the worst movie I've ever seen. I haven't seen The Room or Plan 9, but I was blown away by what a fucking disaster this movie was for me. From performances to atrocious Phantom Menace style CGI. Is that the Phantom Menace connection? The special
Maybe.
effects from
Phantom
1999?
Menace at the time was groundbreaking. The
Yeah,
CG.
but these effects are like Phantom Menace now.
Yeah.
PS2. I'm speechless. They must have paid Hugh Jackman a fuck ton to do this movie, and he went full retard in it.
I just want to mention the cast. I feel like incredibly miscast. I feel like totally miscast, and the directions they took the characters definitely away from the sort of traditional stories that those characters follow. Like Captain Hook, like what? Totally opposite.
Here's my thing: is Captain Hook, Garrett Hedlund had all the mannerisms and actions of a pirate, but looked nothing like a pirate.
Well, you guys should say what you thought overall first before we.
Basically, Indiana Jones. Overall, I thought Pan was pretty atrocious.
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay.
Pretty awful.
Thank God.
Just overall, everything.
2 for 2.
All the aspects of filmmaking here were a fail for me.
I will agree with that.
I mean, yeah, I'm struggling to find something good. I mean, some of the visuals were okay. Like, it was, like, interesting, some of the visuals, which I'll get into later. But overall, like, just the CG, though, in a lot of scenes, just looked unfinished. Like, it didn't look done. It didn't look real. It was just like a clusterfuck.
The Neverbirds, anyone? Yikes.
Oh, God.
There's one CG scene in particular that sticks out when you say that. But do you want to? I'll get that. Tim, do you want to?
I'm gonna surprise you guys here.
Oh no!
No, it's terrible.
Oh,
Thank God.
I grew up watching Hook,
Yeah. Am I right?
I assume probably isn't very good anymore, but I still get nostalgia shit from that, right?
I was gonna
This is
say.
just like
Well,
I was talking to Scott. I was like, I'm gonna have a hard time rating this because it's a kids movie, so it's not made for me in general. But then I was like, Pixar is kids movies, and they're like
Thank you.
all 5 bangers.
Amazing films.
So I have to rate this as if it's a movie.
Just a movie.
Here's the thing: I can see it being entertaining for kids.
I don't know if I can though.
I can't. My
It's
cousin
a
asked
little
me,
dark.
My aunt wanted to bring her like grandkids, like my
Yeah.
little baby cousins, and I was like, I can't recommend you to do that. I don't know who this was made for.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
not
little-
even sure that it is like a little kid movie.
It's like a little dark. The accents can throw kids off pretty easy. I had a hard time like understanding like the nuns from the first quarter of the movie. I'm like, I have no idea what these people are even
Oh my
saying.
God! Right?
Yeah.
Me too. I was like,
The kids
What?
are gonna be lost.
I don't know where in the world you're from, but
Ty, you can give your overall thoughts, and we'll dive into some.
okay. So
detail.
my overall thoughts were this movie crashed and burned completely. It was.
Thank God.
It was
4 for 4 hatred.
Yeah, it was just like I think Scott said the best. All aspects of this movie, filmmaking aspects, all fell flat. It was just bad.
I almost feel bad for like Rooney Mara
I do too.
Yeah. What was she
and
doing?
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
And I don't mind. I don't hate Garrett Hedlund or anything, but like,
Well,
yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad for all the actors involved.
Clearly,
Like,
you're the Tron Legacy apologist. So clearly,
yeah. But honestly, like, yeah, I just felt like they just it had to be for the money or something. Like, because seriously, like, what drove them to come to Pan? I don't get it.
Hugh Jackman's flying all over the world promoting this. Like, I follow him on Instagram. He's all over the place.
Really?
He's like
Contractually obligated, clearly.
Yeah, obviously he's got to be, because if I was him, I'd be buried somewhere with my head in a hole and head in the ground, hiding after this movie came out.
Yeah, seriously. Pull a Kate Mara on it and never watch it.
And just don't see it and then just avoid it completely.
Because, I mean, I think we will be remiss without... I know we did a little a cappella version, but how fucked was that? When you heard them sing Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana.
This is what happened in the theaters. That song was going on for about 10 seconds. I just shook my head. I was like, no, that's not what I think it is. I turned to Scott. Scott's doing his classic wide eye, just like shaking his head. He's like, no, is that Teen Spirit? I'm like, what is happening right now?
It was fucked.
I tried to hide my reaction.
We had
Kurt Cobain literally flipped in his grave.
Yeah.
We had a similar incident in our theater when Franny and I went to see it. We were sitting there, and it took me a little longer. It took me a little longer to realize what song it was. Then it was just, as soon as it hit me, I was like, no. No, and then I'm just sitting there like with my hands over my mouth.
He pretty much looked like Luke Skywalker when Darth Vader tells him that he's his father.
No! And it was just
spoilers.
And I looked over.
Spoiler.
And so I look, like, I just, out of the corner of my eye, all I see is just Franny just turn his head like this, like, no. Just like,
I wanted to hide my reaction so that we could keep it, save it for air.
There was no hiding this.
There was no hiding it.
Yeah.
I'm like, first thing
just
that strikes me,
completely out of place.
This is Nirvana. Okay.
Now, but I thought about this.
Is there going to be an explanation for this?
It's not.
There's not.
But
do they time travel? That how he knows a song from 1992? Whatever it's from?
And who is that for? This is what goes back to is this a kid's movie?
But here.
5-year-olds are going to know Nirvana?
Check this out.
Yeah, I don't get that.
No. Here, I can that I have some questions about, because I thought about this morning. When The Lion King came out, there was a Pink Floyd song in Lion King.
Really?
We don't need no education.
Right. I think you saw a different version of Lion King.
No, it was the Hyenas. They
Really?
Yeah.
Was the lyrics the same? Lyrics couldn't be the same.
Yep.
Really?
So the Hyenas sing it?
The Hyenas. Maybe it didn't that song. There is a Pink Floyd song.
That fits Lion King though. That fits the theme of the scene and everything. Like, it fits in with Lion King.
But it's the same kind of thing, though.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
I understand that, but they're throwing in a random
that's an animated,
does that have to
talking animal film? It's kind of more of like a joke. This is like if you're gonna have real humans singing a real song that exists.
That's it's a Lion King though. It's musical. Like, there's songs.
I'm just saying it's done.
Right? There's songs in it. This why are they singing Nirvana? I still
don't
get
get
it.
me wrong. I'm just
out.
as bent out of shape as you are about this.
I might hit the memory
And the Ramones,
banks.
they sing Blitzkrieg Bop later, and that's when I just went over the edge. I was like, you already sang Nirvana.
It didn't make sense the first time.
You're gonna sing Blitzkrieg Bop? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know who's it for. I don't know if any of the kids would even know those songs.
Who is this for? As Weekly Planet would say. Shout out. I understand, my friend.
And, I mean, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the Peter Pan, sort of, mythology, but
is he a big Kurt Cobain fan? The lore?
Is this why? Is it starting to make sense now?
No.
Oh.
But, a lot of the changes, I feel like were really pointless. Like, why do you need to see the backstory of Hook? And, I don't know, it just... why make those changes? Why? What's the point?
You want to do our ratings and spoil?
Okay, because I actually have...
I have more non-spoiler things quickly.
Yeah.
Tyler.
I've got, but when we move into spoilers, I have a theory. I have a theory about this movie, and I think it's a damn good theory. But a couple things I do want to say. Hugh Jackman's hair was absolutely infuriating.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah. No,
toupee?
If he had not worn the toupee, I think it would have been way better.
If he just stayed bald?
If he was just bald.
Well, that's one thing I was like, Hugh Jackman committed to shaving his fucking head for this movie?
Well,
what world do we live
to
in?
be honest, without spoiling anything, it fits his character that he would have a toupee. We'll get into that if we get into spoilers.
No, I mean reality of Hugh Jackman committing to going bald for this movie.
The one thing that infuriates me about his hair is the fact that he plays Blackbeard and he has just a little goatee. I'm sorry. He should have a massive black beard.
Captain Black Goatee.
Like, seriously, I don't get it. If you're going to be called Blackbeard, have a beard, not a goatee. That's not a full beard.
Minimal sword fighting as well in this movie, which kind of really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Pirate movie, minimal sword fighting. And there was one sword, like the one that was like at the, like the big end of the movie sword fight scene. Mm-hmm. It was shit. It was just complete garbage.
And how pointless was Cara Delevingne in this movie? Like, she literally played a mermaid.
That was it.
No words. Comes in for 2 seconds and leaves. Let's get into our ratings, though. Who wants to start us off?
Wait. The memory banks have been jogged. I just read a little Hugh Jackman excerpt. Said, I know he was telling a news station when promoting Pan, they asked him about the choice of using Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I know what you're thinking. Strange choice.
Yeah, that's what everyone's thinking.
And they probably said, no, it's great. And he said, the director, Joe Wright, director of like Anna Karenina, Hannah,
Pride and Prejudice,
so perfect fit for this movie. He said, director Joe Wright had us in pirate boot camp, quote unquote. We were in character for 10 hours a day.
Wow.
To get into character for Blackbeard, for this piece of shit movie. And we were singing the classic pirate chants all day while going through boot camp. Like, ho, 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 and a bottle of rum and all that. And then one day, director Joe Wright came in with a Nirvana CD and played Smells Like Teen Spirit and just made that their pirate chant. So his explanation is there is no...
No, so there really was no explanation.
Yeah. Other than Joe Wright wanting to hear something other than ho, 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 and a bottle of rum.
Okay, well, we don't want to listen to part... Well, open up your CD case. What else do we have?
Like, did he run to the car and be like,
yeah,
I got Bleach here, I
got an old Ramones disc.
Yeah, I've got the old Ramones CD, I've got Smells Like Teen Spirit. Okay, screw it, we'll use those. Bring those.
Parents are going to love it.
Yeah, we'll rip those songs, we'll put them in the movie.
So that further explains that there was no planning at all there, that it was just pure...
Was no panning?
Oh, God.
The only panning in this film is by critics about this one. I just wanted to quickly, also, one last thing. Garrett Hedlund is fucking atrocious.
He's doing his best Harrison Ford.
What was he? Is that
Indiana Jones impression?
Han Solo, Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I've heard people say Heath Ledger Joker.
No, that's cruel to the Joker.
Hey, Pan, come on. We gotta go.
I want to say, I watched Chris Stuckman. Shout out to Chris Stuckman.
Shout
he did a
out.
review of Pan. One thing that stood out for me was his review. What he described about Garrett Hedlund's performance, that he just talked through his teeth the entire time.
The entire movie.
He was like, hey, like, we're gonna go on a ride. Like, it was just crazy. Like,
I love you.
Did you guys miss me?
Fake smiling the whole time, like, as he was like talking. It was like this really weird way.
And I don't know how he messed up such brilliantly written dialogue. Like, nothing's ever gonna go wrong between me and you, buddy. We're gonna be buds forever.
Yeah.
What are you, the captain of this ship, Hook?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the captain yet. And like when they go to Hugh Jackman and like, Pan, he's lost, sir. He's a lost boy.
Yes.
Like, I wanted to kill myself. This movie makes me want to kill myself. Fuck you, Joe Wright. Fuck Pan. I'm
Seriously.
done.
With that, let's get into our ratings. What do we think of Pan rating wise? How many reels have we given it? Who wants to start us off? Adam.
I can start.
You want to start?
There's a lot of debating for this one. But I came to the conclusion that if I gave Fantastic Four 1 reel, I'd hate to say it, but that Fantastic Four was better than this. This is the worst movie of 2015, at least, I can confidently say. So again, if I gave Fantastic Four 1 reel, the only conclusion is I have to give Pan 0 reels.
I think I gave Fantastic Four 0, so I'm not sure. Can I go to like negatives?
Leave it at
So I'd
0.
like to give Pan a -1 if possible. A -1 reels.
No.
Ruthless.
You can say 0 in brackets, -1.
Oh, I might have to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a big flaming 0.
0 from Switalski, 0 from Adam, 2 for 2.
Tim.
5 banger?
I'll give it a 1 out of
One?
Black
Okay.
Girls.
Okay.
Generous.
Yeah. Generous.
Yeah,
Give it a 1.
I'm gonna go same road. I'm gonna go 1 out of 5.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I can go half of real or anything like
I'll give it a light
No
0.
halves.
that.
No lights or heavies.
no light, it's just a
for
0,
zeros and 5s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just one real, like just brutal. Yeah, but
Just a shit.
let's get into it a little bit. We have a bit of
Oh.
time. Let's anything into spoilers. Anything we want to talk about specifically?
Yeah,
or-
sure. I mentioned this to you after we were walking out of the movie. I was like, I kind of want to see a sequel because I want to see like what horrible thing happens between James Hook and Peter Pan because they end being like the best of friends.
Yeah.
That's another
And
thing.
then
I
the next
didn't
thing
even
you
show.
know, James Hook becomes this murderous guy who's going to try and murder Peter Pan. Like what happens?
I am going
What
to
happens?
blow your minds here. Okay?
Okay.
I have
Doubtful.
the sequel.
Okay.
So,
If it happens.
they at no point in this movie reference How to Fly. At all. Until the very end. Am I right?
What?
Yeah, like
How?
Flies, like
Pixie Dust and Happy Thoughts, right?
yeah.
They don't reference that until he can already fly at the end of the movie.
Right.
Somehow he just knew that. He just, remember, Blackbeard, happy thoughts, and he just sends all the
Oh.
pixies after him, right? And so that's like
Oh, we gotta talk about those pixies.
yes, but here, so when he gets hit with all those pixies, he's obviously covered in some sort of dust, I would assume, right?
Yeah.
And right when he says that, as Blackbeard's ship is crashing, spoilers, he gets this almost euphoric look on his face. I noticed this right away.
Who does, sorry?
Blackbeard.
Okay.
I don't think Blackbeard is dead.
Surprise. They didn't show him dying.
They didn't show him dying. He's covered in pixie dust, and he looked like he had this euphoric, happy look on his face. He's like, happy thoughts,
Do you
and
think
he fell and
would've-
crashed.
I think he would have
Well,
flown.
I have a spoiler
Hmm.
type of thing. I think this franchise is dead.
Well, for sure.
So, does that make Blackbeard dead?
I think
There's no sequel?
I think that Blackbeard is going to come back,
Peter Pan has died.
kill Tiger Lily, perhaps drop her off some sort of high cliff. Peter Pan is going to try and go and save her. Miss, she dies. Hook blames him. That's how they hate each other.
I think you should be writing the sequel.
I think that no one should write the sequel.
Sorry, you should have wrote
I think
this movie.
this is an idea, but it should never be done.
So he's flying down, then he shoots his web at her, and then catches her, and then her head hits the ground.
No, that would be sick.
This hasn't been done.
I'm gonna save you, Tiger Lily.
Anyways, that's what I think. That's because that's the only explanation for them doing an origin story that doesn't end with them hating each other.
We should also say this movie bombed financially as well as critically.
$15.5 million so far it's made on $150
Coming
$150 million
in,
budget.
I want to say
The budget on this was $150 million.
Yeah,
No.
Holy
What?
shit.
Are you
10%,
fucking kidding
150.
me?
They've
pretty
made
sure it was
10% back of what they spent on this.
Wow.
No.
The effects do not show that at all.
No,
I might have to. You're making me double think myself.
That sounds
Because
like impossible. Hit your memory banks, Tim.
the
I'm on
one
it.
scene in
it might be
particular.
less. Maybe it's less, but think about it like a big.
If it's over 100, I'll kill myself. Right
Going
now,
back to the
live.
CG, there was the one scene where he learns to fly for the first time, where he just falls and he's just floating there for a second. That looked like a freaking computer generated piece of nothing. It looked like
Because it was.
it looked like shit.
How about when he
It looked like a cartoon.
his face sometimes went CGI?
When
Okay.
when he's in space,
Yeah.
cool idea. I thought, oh, this is gonna be a pretty cool looking scene.
It's,
He looks
Rubber.
rubber.
Yeah,
He looks like a.
Why can't you have
action
a
figure.
real kid in CGI stuff around?
When there's
him,
a rope around his leg,
Yeah.
and he's floating out there, and he touches Saturn,
Yeah.
and then he the ship flies away, and then he grabs his leg and pulls him away.
yeah.
I literally was in shock. I was like, no, they didn't, because it was a full CG pan. Everything that entire shot was all CG, and it just looked like.
Well, I have to be honest.
They didn't finish that shot in time.
To be honest, I when it was happening. I liked when he went into space and touched the planet Saturn. I thought that was a cool visual concept.
Yeah.
To say one
Concept.
positive thing.
Concept.
It wasn't a completely
The
finished
concept was
concept.
cool.
It wasn't executed.
The
well.
shot was garbage, but the concept was great.
You would think with $150 million confirmed, they could do something a little bit better than that.
I'm out. See ya. I gotta go.
Here's a knife.
Yeah. Thanks, Scott.
0
0 reels. Bye.
I'll give it I'll give it one. There was one thing that I did enjoy on this. I didn't enjoy it a lot, but I enjoyed it a little bit.
There is one thing I want.
That the opening scene where they kidnap the kids and there's the pirate ship chase scene. I kind of enjoyed that a little bit.
Do you remember? Not really.
The planes are trying to shoot.
The planes are trying to shoot down the pirate ship.
Oh yes.
I thought it was kind of cool because it was something that like hasn't been done a lot. Like it was a flying ship that kind of like was in the air and then went like skidded around the water and then came back up. I thought it was kind of a cool.
But at the same time, I just thought how stupid they were because they're thinking, "Oh, this is like this German airship flying through the air." I'm like, "Are you dumb? It's actually a pirate ship.
Can you guys not
You can
tell
clearly see it's a
there
pirate
are
ship."
no wings on this flying machine.
I
Like,
couldn't
this is a pirate
comprehend the
ship.
stupidity there. Like I couldn't suspend my disbelief for that moment.
couldn't?
I couldn't.
How could you not?
I couldn't. But the one thing that I didn't hate, that I almost wish they did a movie about this instead, was the sort of the flashbacks. Not the part of how they explain how the flashback actually works, but like the actual process of that, of showing the past about
the memory tree?
Seyfried. Yeah.
Oh, the Man's Free part, where the fairies do it.
The tree and also under the water.
The tree one's really cool, actually. I like that scene.
Oh,
the way that was
the
shot.
wood,
The wood,
animation.
It reminded me
Okay.
of
I'll be
Deathly
positive.
Hallows,
Yes.
where it goes into the cartoon and he's
exactly
explaining
what I
how
about the
in-
Deathly
in-
Hallows.
in Harry Potter.
See, now I thought that was cool. I think it could have been better. I think it could have been better done though.
Executed better.
When I watched
Yeah.
that, I was like, well,
I
I
thought it
don't
looked
care
good.
about the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
I want to know more about that because that sounds actually interesting.
Yeah, shows like the war.
The story of Peter
over-
Pan's been done a million times, but what about like, whoa, the story's
Well,
like,
Scott, you'd need like $150 million to do a movie about that.
Yeah.
I guess,
Come on, bud.
I guess.
Oh wait.
But the actual way they explained the water, the underwater flashback scene,
Yeah,
they're
remember
like, the memories are in the water. Just go into the water and you see it. I was like, what?
The mermaids charge these waters with memory powers.
Bingo. Are we going to talk about Carla Delevingne in her biggest role yet? Cara, whatever.
Cara Delevingne, yeah.
Whatever her name is. Enchantress. Played a
Suicide
mermaid in this.
Who cares? They could have been a no-name
Play
actress.
3 mermaids.
She played 3 mermaids.
She was only there for her face.
I don't care.
That was pretty much it.
But yeah.
Did she have a line of dialogue?
No,
right?
no.
Baffling. Fucking baffling. Well,
What's the point?
your Enchantress from Suicide Squad world.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
And also, what did you guys think
Fuck.
about the Tinkerbell shoehorn there?
Oh, it was a cameo.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I honestly don't
Crammed
think
it right
they
in.
could have been any more disappointing.
It was like half finished. They're like, we could have got Julia Roberts back in here or something, or even anyone to be like a small version of like Tinkerbell, like the actual like small person.
Who
but
even
like,
pointed that out? Was it Rooney Mara that said, "Oh, this is Tinkerbell"?
No,
she
it was
said
the
her
kid-
name was Tinkerbell.
I think it was the kid that actually said that, wasn't it? It was the
Or
kid.
he
that
was like,
yeah, because
who are you? Like, what's your name? And then
yeah.
Tinkerbell says Tinkerbell or something.
I really thought that Rooney Mara's character was going to die though. Like during that pirate ship scene, like I really thought like
She's
that
the
was.
only thing I didn't mind, actually.
I thought she was going to die, and that was going to be the push.
I didn't hate Rooney Mara. I just thought
Oh, no, she was the best part of this movie for me.
Yeah, that sounds like
It sounds
generous. But
yeah.
I know what you're... Yeah, she's by default.
Yeah, because everything else was so shit by comparison.
Yeah, she wasn't annoying or
Yeah.
like Garrett Hedlund. She wasn't atrocious.
Yeah, I wanted to punch him in his teeth because I kept seeing them all the time.
I know. He wouldn't put those teeth away.
I know.
I just feel like the part that I like, the flashback
Yeah.
scenes. I feel like Amanda Seyfried was just like underutilized. Like she was in like her like she was like
Yeah,
barely in
just
it.
1 second, like...
Well,
goodbye,
actually, like,
pizza.
Yeah.
dead, not dead. Pick one.
Good accent though.
You
Good
know, like-
accent there. Actually.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I feel like
No, Amanda Seyfried in the movie.
I feel like her coming back at the end completely unnecessary. Like,
Oh yeah, does she come back through like a vision?
through like
Fairies.
a star, like a fairy dust.
Cloud.
I
kinda
forgot this
thing.
movie already.
Yeah, it was like she's dead or she's alive.
Oh.
Oh no, wait, she's dead. Oh no, wait, at the end she's alive again. Like,
She's like a force ghost.
it didn't matter.
She's a fairy force ghost.
Like they quickly like made the point that you know what, she doesn't really matter. But so why bring her back at the end? It doesn't change anything.
Oh shit!
Well, do you guys think we'll see a prequel to this prequel?
What?
Let's be honest. There's no sequels happening in this movie. This movie's gonna bomb. Although I was mentioning this morning, it's possible this movie. I think I was only mentioning it to you, Ty. It's possible this movie could do well internationally. It's possible. It could make its money back. But The chances, honestly, doubtful. Maybe in China it'll do well. Like, who knows?
Well, Terminator had the biggest opening ever in China, and that franchise is permanently on hold, apparently. So.
Well, it might be back now because of that. Who knows?
No, I mean, after that, it's now been officially shelved.
Really?
Terminator Genesis franchise? Yeah, just to cram that in there. Sorry, guys. Just so you know.
Okay.
I had one little thing. I know that there's been a lot made about who will direct Man of Steel 2, right? You guys noticed the climax of this film, background, environment, looked a lot like the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, I guess with the crystals.
I mean...
I'm still trying to figure out what you think the climax of this movie is, because it was just a whole bunch of
When he learns to fly in the Fortress of Solitude.
Okay.
They got a man flying around, Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
Give Joe Wright a call. Man of Steel 2? You tell me. I don't know.
Yeah, give Joe Wright a call. His last movie did so well. Let's give him a call and see if he wants to direct this.
The one thing, before we move on, because we need to move on, but Levi
That was a
Miller,
joke, by the way, everyone.
Levi Miller as Peter Pan. What we need to talk about? What did we think exactly? What do we think of him as
the
Peter
person
Pan?
who played Peter Pan?
Yeah,
I thought you were like, what if we got Levi Miller to play Peter Pan? I'm like, who's Levi Miller?
Honestly, for me, like,
for some reason, I went right to Liev Schreiber. I'm like, why are we going to get Levi Schreiber to play Peter Pan?
Liev Schreiber
So
as
just
Peter
first names that sound alike.
I'm not going to do the same person.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Actually.
What do you guys think of his performance? Like, for me, like, I felt like he was being directed the entire time. Like, I could feel Joe Wright there being like, just be more excited. Like, be excited. Like,
I feel like he was doing that to Garrett Hedlund more than anyone else. Like, Garrett Hedlund, you need to look like you're more on cocaine.
Yeah.
Like, do it some more.
Because honestly, like, I felt like he was just overacting everything.
Yeah.
Like, overacting,
Yeah.
like...
The name of the game in this movie, Hugh Jackman, Garrett Hedlund, they were extremely overacting.
Yeah.
I thought. Chewing on the scenery.
Yeah. Not great. Oh, for the viewers out
What
there,
a fuck up.
if you guys get a chance to see Pan...
Don't.
Don't. Watch
Parents, if
any
you
of
think
the...
about bringing the kids, don't.
Yeah. There's a lot of great movies coming out this upcoming week, like
Watch
Bridge of
Hook.
Spies, Crimson Peak, Beasts of No Nation. Lots of movies coming out this week that are definitely better.
Are you
than Pan.
apologizing to the audience right now?
Yes.
Like, stay tuned the oncoming weeks. We won't bombard you with a shitstorm that is Pan.
So with that, I think we'll move on into our news topics of the week.
And, wash the Pan out of my system.
The first topic today is a trailer that came out this week, and that is of the latest Coen Brothers film, Hail Caesar, with an exclamation point. This movie starring Josh Brolin, George Clooney, Ray Fiennes, Scarlett Johansson, Jonah Hill, Frances McDormand, Tilda Swinton, and Channing Tatum.
Huge cast.
Get
Huge
wrecked by that cast.
Wow.
Huge cast.
Some Coen Brothers holdovers like Frances McDormand and Tilda Swinton have been in, and Clooney have been in a few Coen Brothers movies, so it's nice to see some.
Brolin.
Yeah, Brolin, familiar faces, always nice to see. So, what do we think of the Hail Caesar trailer, Tim?
Loved it.
Oh, get
I mean,
wrecked.
Coen Brothers are my favorite director.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Really?
So I'm pumped for like
I didn't know
anything
that.
they
No
make.
Country, yeah.
Wow. Well,
Pumped for whatever they do.
Okay. Ty?
Yeah.
I'll leave my thoughts for the end.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
That's for last one.
go ahead.
I hadn't seen this trailer until this morning. I was kind of weirded out by the like hearing about it at first. I was like, is this going to be like an actual Caesar movie? Like, are they actually going to go and do this? I wasn't sure.
Set in Rome.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I wasn't sure what they were going to do. So I saw the trailer. I was like, this is so much better.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
It seems like a return, not that they left, but like, I mean, they did write Bridge of Spies, so they were doing some other things. Like, not their, like, traditional, like, Coen Brothers comedy. They have, like, their own genre.
They wrote
Yeah.
Unbroken also.
Right,
intentionally, so.
right. So, I mean,
Yikes.
yeah, it seems like a return to, like, the kind of classic Coen Brothers screwball, like, comedy. Like, it totally fits. Like, automatically, I'm like, yep, Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
There's like a scene where, like, Brolin's, like, walking away, and Swinton is like, Eddie, like, I don't know, just the way he said it, like, it just, and the way that the take kind of held a little bit longer.
Like, I feel like the take in that movie is just gonna be like him walking away for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I guarantee.
Right?
But yeah,
Overall,
I like it, honestly. Like, Big Lebowski for me is, like, one of my favorite movies of all time. So like I love to see this kind of like throw back to that kind of like
You do love that.
screwball
Yeah, like
comedy.
Keeper Gone Wrong type thing.
Yeah.
It's what they've done in a lot of the movies. It's always like a crime that just doesn't go as planned.
Yeah.
And
Comedy ensues.
Seeing characters that aren't
Hilarity.
used to those situations trying to deal with it, like in Lebowski, you know. So like I saw Burn After Reading last night.
Another Keeper Gone Wrong.
And,
Fargo.
yeah.
Keeper Gone Wrong.
Yeah. So
Burn After Reading last night.
yeah.
Greasy.
Yeah.
Greasy.
Adam, what were your thoughts about the Hail Caesar
Hail
trailer?
Caesar.
I was excited for the trailer, but it's a piece of shit. So
Wow.
I'm off the podcast. See you guys.
You can leave.
No, I'm just kidding. It was good. It didn't like blow me away, but I find that with most Coen Brothers trailers, they don't, because it's so, like you said, screwball, offbeat type of deal, right?
Mhm.
Like
You have to get the overall kind of experience to.
yeah, maybe a casual moviegoer who isn't familiar with the Coens, I could see them seeing these trailers and being like, "This looks terrible. What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
Or just being puzzled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if they did The Men Who Stare at Goats, but
I was honestly just thinking
Were
of
you?
that trailer.
yeah.
Because, I mean, Clooney reminded me of that.
Yeah.
But, like, how you watch the trailer and you're like, what the hell? Like, honestly. But, and even in the trailer itself, Clooney walks into the room and he's like, what's going on? And it, like, cuts.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Very-
honestly how the feeling about this trailer. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, I feel like that's a meta kind of line,
Definitely.
right?
I feel like...
I love the Coen. I love the Coens. Like, I wouldn't say they're my favorite because I feel like they're like the superstar athlete that doesn't play his hardest every game. No shots, Tim. Don't kill me for this. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
Don't kill me.
Well, obviously, your opinion's wrong in Tim's eyes.
Obviously.
Like,
No,
They have
in everyone's eyes, my opinion's
Big
also.
filmography, not always hits.
Yeah, I feel like they have 3 unarguable, classic, great films. Fargo, No Country, Lebowski. And then they have a lot of, like, hit or miss movies. Like, I like a lot of their other movies also. Again,
Yeah.
Tim, please don't kill me. I like Burn After Reading, Raising Arizona, you know, some of the others. I haven't seen them all.
Inside Llewyn Davis, have you seen it?
I like Inside Llewyn Davis.
That's really good for me.
I didn't know we did Raising
So yeah,
Arizona.
it's like I feel like this could go either way. It could be one of their forgettable ones, like a Lady Killers or a Intolerable Cruelty, or it could be, you know, something great.
Fair enough.
No Country. I think is that fair, Tim?
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't cross any lines.
It's hard to read you right now.
I mean, I
I'm
guess
excited for sure though.
they could say for the...
I mean, I say they're my favorite because No Country and Fargo both in like my top 10 of all time.
Exactly. They have a top 10 movie in my eyes in No Country, so it's like
I would mention for the listeners out there, the actual premise of this movie is that I believe Ray Fiennes is the director. Josh Brolin, I'm not sure if Josh Brolin's like a PI
I think he's a producer or something.
or producer.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
producer.
But Clooney is the star of this movie called Hail Caesar, which is like set in like ancient Rome, and it's supposed to be like this big budget movie. He's the star, this kind of like aloof kind of like...
Somehow he's amazing, but he's also a complete idiot. At the same
Yeah.
time.
He's like a...
that's George Clooney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his character
Meta.
goes missing, and Brolin's character is basically trying to find the star of his movie, and it does seem kind of it's like a caper.
So
gone wrong, like you said.
intriguing.
So definitely interesting to see how this turns out. I'm definitely excited. The movie comes out February 5th. Actually, the bomb I was talking about at breakfast this morning that was going to drop on you guys.
Oh yes.
Guess who shot this movie? Cinematography.
The Coen Brothers.
Deacons.
Dat Deacon's dough.
Not surprised. He does a lot of
Yeah.
Coen's ones.
I want to rewatch it now and see if it was gorgeous.
Roger
'cause I didn't
Deakins.
take it in.
Well, actually, there was a couple scenes where they're walking with the
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
where they're walking in Rome. There, that actually was really cool.
A couple of the like tones of
Yeah.
ooh, sexy.
Yeah. So get a little bit more hype for
Well,
Roger Deakins.
Two things. One is small and quick. Do you notice, like, did they age up some of them? Like, Brolin clearly looks old. Like, he has gray hair? Is it just me?
No,
Yeah,
he
right?
looks actually. That's
Little
how I
bit.
remember
Oh,
actually.
I thought, I don't know, like, him and Ray Fiennes looked like they aged them.
Yeah, I think
Do they just look older? Are they playing older characters? Or are
I
they
think
just
I
old
think
now?
so. I think so.
And another casting thing, a lot was made that, like, Jonah Hill was going to be the star of this movie when it was announced.
No.
And he
Really?
has one line in the trailer.
Yeah.
Chances are he's going to be in that one scene with
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson.
Like, all I heard was George Clooney doing new Coen Brothers film, Hail Caesar, and then it later came out Jonah Hill doing new Coen Brothers film, and they were, like, billed as the two stars.
Channing Tatum also was in it, and I feel like
I never knew that.
he's going to have probably a pretty small role. I don't think it's going to
Yeah.
be huge. Who knows? But that's the thing about some of these Coen Brother comedies is that it's like an ensemble cast, and everyone sort of has their little parts.
Yeah.
And it seems like Brolin and Clooney are going to be like the two kind
The
of
other thing,
storylines.
How did they get shit canned with a February release? I was baffled when it said next year on the
That's
trailer.
gonna suck.
Like, they're fucked out of the Oscar race. What are they gonna do?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's not to say it's never happened. That movie coming out in February hasn't got nominated for an Oscar, but
Has it?
Yeah, it doesn't help their
I don't
chances
think
at
it's
all.
ever happened.
I mean,
I'm sure it's happened.
I'm sure.
January and February? I would
Yeah.
bet that it hasn't.
Not for that year. It won't be till the following year.
I know, but I don't think that's known as the graveyard for dumping
Yeah,
turds.
I don't mind because honestly, that's great. That's great that there's a Coen Brothers movie coming out during February when like it's
Yeah,
like
it is
shit
great,
movies.
of course. But I just find it for them
Yeah.
like they're obviously Academy darlings.
Yeah,
You agree?
it
Or
does
No.
seem a little bit.
you
I
don't-
think it'll be okay.
Why
I think
you don't want it to
for their Oscar
You don't think it'll be a
chances,
problem
it's
to them?
tough.
No.
But
Okay.
it's sort of a longer road to the Oscars when you put it out that early. But it's possible. We'll see when it comes out. Maybe we'll have a better idea of its chances when it comes out.
Also, it's opening in February with Deadpool and Zoolander 2.
Same weekend?
I don't know what same weekend, but those are both February. This doesn't have a weekend, does it? Does this have
February
specific-
5th. February 5th.
5th. So that is 1, maybe 2 weeks before Deadpool.
Okay. So February is
Opening
actually
remarks.
not looking too bad.
Yeah, it's become like
Hail Caesar,
living
Deadpool.
blockbusters
Okay.
further out. But I hope you guys are right.
Yeah. I think
just don't know.
with that, let's move on to our next news topic. And that is Jesse Eisenberg's comments, who made in an article this week saying
go.
that he actually isn't Lex Luthor. He's Lex Luthor Jr. and that his father is Alexander Luthor
His father is
Sr.
Kevin Spacey.
Wow.
No.
I don't know if I could see that, but what do we think about his comments? There was a big long article that was sort of made, sort of like profiling Lex Luthor, like as if we were like in the universe, like it was sort of meant to be like realistic, I guess. And what do we think about the implications of the comments that Jesse Eisenberg made
It's just
about his character, Tim?
Do we say what they are? Comments?
That he's not Lex Luthor, I guess, as we know him. That he's
Well, that
Lex
explains the hair.
Luthor Jr.
Yeah. It's
That he has
confusing because
hair.
he's still called Lex Luthor, so are they just saying that Lex Luthor's dad was also named Lex Luthor, or is his dad like the Lex Luthor that we're used to, and this is like a new Lex
Will we
Luthor?
new
actually get
generation.
Bryan Cranston as Lex Luthor, like people wanted?
It's just confusing. Again, DC just being confusing.
Yeah. I don't know, because when I first read the articles, I was like, whoa, wait, Jesse Eisenberg isn't Lex Luthor? Like, what?
That was
just...
the headline. Jesse
Yeah.
Eisenberg not playing Lex Luthor.
Yeah, it's confusing. And then when I read it, I'm like, wait a second, no.
Clickbait. I hate that so
His
much.
name still is Lex Luthor. It's just that his father's name is also Lex Luthor, and that he's Lex Luthor Jr. But, yeah, it just raised questions like, is he actually the Lex Luthor that we know, or is this just misdirection?
Maybe this is like because when you guys first posted this and I read it, I thought that this was kind of like they're trying to differentiate from the past Lex Luthors that they've had.
Yeah,
so they're making
definitely.
this his Lex Luthor Jr. His son, so it's like a new age of Lex Luthor. They're a completely new bad guy, but same kind of feel.
Yeah. I mean, he does seem very similar to, like, Mark Zuckerberg. It's like a social network, meta, weird kind of connection. Because he basically is playing, like, this, like, tech genius who, like, creates his company. And, like, it's, like, very similar to Facebook. And the fact that he played Mark Zuckerberg is, like, even more meta.
Brandon, you have a bewildered look on your face right now.
My memory banks have just been jogged.
Okay.
Tim, were you saying his name is still Lex Luthor Jr.?
Yeah, right? His character's name is still Lex Luthor, right?
No.
What?
That's what I thought.
Well,
Yeah.
breaking news.
The article, I thought that sounded wrong. The article that announced this whole thing said Lex Luthor is dead in this universe. And yeah, his name's Alexander Joseph Luthor.
Okay, but Lex
Jr.
is
Alex-
like
Lex is
Lex
short
is
for
short for Alexander.
Shit.
How did you not get
Get
that?
wrecked.
Well, fuck.
So you're saying that his father actually
No, it's
is...
Joe Luthor.
You loser.
So you're saying he actually confirmed that his father is the Lex Luthor that we know?
No, it doesn't confirm that. It just says that his
No.
father's name was also Lex Luthor. So
Okay. So
It
it's
says-
just confusing
it's just
now.
confusing.
It's confusing.
He's
Oh,
the
so
son
maybe-
of Lex Luthor who died in 2000. That's what it says.
Okay, so
15 years ago, I guess.
so he's gonna have daddy issues too. Okay.
No, they actually say that his dad is actually dead.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
They did say... Well, yeah, they say...
In the profile, I guess.
He tweeted in character at Fortune magazine. Looking forward to reading about #LexCorp. My father would be proud. ...
Yeah.
Okay, they signed it Lex Luthor at Alexander Luthor.
So, I mean, I'm not sure exactly what this means for the movie. I mean, it's getting people talking about the movie, at least. Even though this movie is, still 6 months away.
Yeah, March, I think, 5, 6.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's getting people talking about it, and it is kind of an interesting concept to do, like, a profile as if it was, like, a real person. Like, it's kind of interesting, but the comments are a bit misleading and confusing still. I'm still not sure how I feel about Jesse Eisenberg.
Just like everything that DC has ever done, it's confusing and stupid, and they should just burn the whole place to the ground and start from
That's a
scratch.
high five right there. For
Wow.
You guys are
Ruthless.
Yeah, no,
Holy
they need to literally take everything they've ever written down, throw it
Okay.
into a kiln,
Okay.
spark it up, go meet with Marvel,
Okay.
take some notes,
Right.
take 20 years, actually get some good ideas, and then do it, and then make some
Right.
movies.
Wow.
Correct.
2035, Batman vs Superman done
Yeah.
justice.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a few thoughts.
Because
if you guys don't mind.
yeah, because
in.
I just one more thing because on my eternal hatred for DC.
Get it all out, buddy.
So you just
follow
finished
it.
telling me about the Flash.
Right.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. So we're going to cover that. Sorry.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. Adam, what were some of the thoughts you had there about Jesse Eisenberg?
Clear, like Tim said it best, I believe, in episode 1 of this podcast. Every time DC takes a step forward, they take 3 steps back. I was explaining this to Cousin Vito, and how the internet basically hates DC because they put out Batman vs Superman trailer. Although we had our problems with it, we can probably agree it was a home run. Like the world was like raving about this trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, so they were in the good graces with the fans. People were starting to turn around, and now they just dropped this like bewildering thing with Lex Luthor.
Misstep, I feel like.
And it's like, I don't know if it's a genuine thing or if they heard everyone hates the way Jesse Eisenberg looks and they're like, what? That's Lex Luthor? So they tried to get out ahead of the hatred and say, no, it's not the Lex Luthor you guys know.
No, Lex Luthor Jr.
No, yeah.
We killed that one.
JR. Don't worry, we've murdered the one you like.
Yeah.
We murder all the great villains that we have.
Yeah, seriously, like
2 down, none to go.
Well, maybe he's not actually dead. If it's the Lex Luthor that we know and love, maybe there's some more misdirection there.
Oh God,
because he's such a genius.
I hope
right?
not. I hope all the misdirection's been had.
They just need to stop shitting the bed, pretty much.
I've been misdirected enough.
Let's move on into another news topic here, and that is the director of the upcoming Flash movie, which we just mentioned there.
Teaser.
Not sure if it's been officially announced, but in talks, and that is Seth Grahame-Smith is in talks to be the new director of the upcoming DC project Flash, the Flash standalone film,
which
starring Ezra Miller.
Which will have nothing to do with the Flash TV series, if I'm correct.
Correct.
You are correct.
So
yes.
they're going to have 2 Flashes, TV and movie.
Yeah, DC's doing it a little differently. They're separating their like Green Arrow and Flash universe from the movie unit.
So instead of having like one good solid universe, they're deciding to have 2 very shitty universes.
Earth 1, Earth 2, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure I'm on the same page.
Ruthless.
I'm sorry, but do you has anything I said been off?
Like,
I've heard Arrow and Flash are actually pretty good.
I've heard that they're good, but so they decide to
I've seen Flash. It is decent. Yeah.
But it just doesn't fit in with that dark, like the same tone. I feel like it's not tonally. It's not the same.
Flash is like DC's Spider-Man. He's just like a young, quippy, witty kid.
And that doesn't fit in with Man of Steel, like not at all.
At all. Well,
we'll see this Flash. How this Flash is obviously going to be in the same universe as that. But
I'm getting a headache. So many DC questions.
Let's talk about this director. Of course, Lord and Miller were in talks to direct, and they still have written. I'm not sure if they've written the script completely, but they were working on writing the Flash and producing. I still believe they are producing this movie, and Seth Grahame-Smith hasn't directed any films yet.
Yeah, he's done nothing.
He will be directing the upcoming Lego Batman film, which, Lord and Miller did the Lego movie. They obviously have a good relationship, and Lord and Miller obviously understand and they see Seth Grahame-Smith's talents clearly, and then they want to pass off to him. Although, Adam, you're mentioning the work he's done before. It's escaping me right now.
Well, let's get into his resume. He's a screenwriter.
Right.
He wrote such notable gems as the Johnny Depp destruction, hideous flame ball failure, Dark Shadows. He's also credited with screenwriting Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh, nice. Another classic.
Otherwise known as a piece of shit. So he's 0 for 2, and he has written the upcoming Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, which I did not watch the trailer of because
It looks okay. It looks okay.
Don't care.
It looks okay.
Well, Scott, that's better than the previous 2 projects he's done.
That's not even out yet.
He is also currently in the process of writing Beetlejuice 2.
Okay.
So Tim Burton likes him, apparently,
Yeah.
Apparently.
despite Dark Shadows.
Remember that movie you did that was complete garbage? Well, hey, I'm gonna get you back,
Yeah.
and I want you to watch you destroy a classic.
Don't tell anyone. I
Get the
like
brain
it.
trust together again.
Yeah.
Get it going.
So
How does it make you feel that Lord and Miller got
Okay.
this director here?
Adam's thoughts here. Like Lord and Miller are fantastic. I'd venture to say they have 0 flops. They're batting 1,000. The 2 Jump Street movies, 2 Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball movies, and the Lego movie.
Yeah.
They're doing very well for themselves. So I'm hoping their streak extends to like picking proteges.
They're pretty hot. They're pretty
They're
hot
hot.
right now. Like, I trust them.
And they handpicked this guy. Like, they have a personal relationship with him.
They obviously see something that
I
we
know.
don't see.
They threw him the alley-oop for the Batman Lego movie because they are moving on to Han Solo, which is like their main focus right now, writing, directing that.
That was the reason why they left The Flash.
Right, they had committed to the Flash prior, and then they got the Han Solo gig for Disney, and they...
I mean, let's be
shit.
honest. If you were offered to do the Han Solo movie, I mean, you would probably drop everything.
Of course.
Even if it was a Flash standalone movie, which is a pretty huge project that I'm sure any up-and-coming director would kill to get their hands on.
I think
if Han Solo was handed to you, come on.
So I think I think it has promise. Obviously, I don't like his stuff he's written, but hopefully he can use the script Lord and Miller provided.
Exactly.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
And this also gives me high hopes for this Lego Batman film because this means Warner Bros. Has seen his current production because he's in the middle of production on it.
Lego movie is that with Warner Bros. As well? Like,
Yeah,
so it makes
Lego
sense.
Batman,
That
yeah.
makes sense. Okay.
Exactly. So
Right,
obviously the
Batman.
higher ups at WB have seen this movie and they're like, "Well, this is looking good." And Phil and Lord recommend them.
He did a Lego superhero movie. Let's get him to do a live action superhero.
Yeah, it is a superhero movie.
Yeah. So I guess he will have superhero movie experience.
I assume it'll be, obviously it's a Lego movie, it's going to be funny and witty. Like I said, the Flash is the Spider-Man of DC. He's supposed to be a snappy, funny, witty kid.
I guess that it's all
It makes
making
more
a little bit
sense
of sense.
when you see writer of Dark Shadows directing the Flash movie, you want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
But if you really look into it, it makes a bit of sense.
Yeah.
But
Is
it
that-
could be shit.
I wonder how much he's done before Dark Shadows. Because like I think of also like Fincher doing Alien 3, for example. Like getting
Writing wise, he hasn't directed anything.
I know, but like as far as projects go, like to do a movie like that and then bomb. Like I wonder how much like he wrote it, but I feel like Burton had a huge influence on that. Obviously, like
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
like
it might not have been
over
solely
the
on...
screenwriter. Yeah,
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can fully peg Dark Shadows on him. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't really say. I have no interest.
Well, like we said, like
But
Burton must have liked his script because he's using him for Beetlejuice 2.
I guess, yeah.
I'll be totally honest with you, Scott. You guys know I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan.
Yeah.
Right? Don't see the movie.
Which one? Dark Shadows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do not watch it.
Okay. Tim, I want to get your thoughts
Thank God.
on
No,
Yeah.
I don't have to see it. Thank God.
Yeah.
Seth Grahame-Smith.
Getting you out here.
I'm cool with it.
You okay with it?
Tim's
Yeah,
cool with it?
sure. Good. But, I don't really care about the Flash, so
Okay. Well,
Yeah, honestly, he's one of those
Right here,
characters
Tim.
that yeah.
I'm just happy Lord and Miller are off it and they're doing Han Solo.
Do you think this is a good fit for Han Solo? I guess also similar, like
Han Solo's also like witty and
yeah. I guess that's a good.
I'm gonna quickly touch on. I'm gonna quickly
He's
say this.
fucking
I don't want to see a Han Solo movie.
Yeah,
I
really.
don't. I really don't, just because.
Yeah, we don't really need one. But
Like, how many times do they do these prequel stories, and how many times do they just blow up in their face?
well, guess what, Tyler? You're getting one.
Whether you like it or not, you might not want to see a Han Solo prequel, but Disney wants to see $1 billion. So
Yeah.
you're getting one. Bye.
Switty begins. That's the movie.
So, Switty, what do you think of this? Did you have a point about the Flash director? What do you think?
My thing is like all these directors really so like a movie. So like, how can they really get like we talked about this on the way to the movie. How can they get like an accurate feel of what his live action filming is going to be like when all he's done is an animated movie?
Well, the thing about that is he's also, he's directing, but, he's going to have help. This is a big DC project. He's going to have help with cinematography, with the action, and obviously with the effects. This isn't like a student film. Like, he's going to have help with this. And obviously DC's going to get some of the best talent they have available to help him to complete this project. So
Yeah, like, in terms
like Colin
of...
Trevorrow, for example, Jurassic World, like, he was a small indie director.
Well, I was going to say, like, what Joss Whedon did for the Marvel world.
Right.
When he was with them, they called him in for reshoots on Thor: The Dark World. They called him in for some touch-up stuff on Winter Soldier, I believe. DC could do this with Snyder. If this guy's overwhelmed by some of these action set pieces, Snyder is producing every DC movie from now to the end of time, apparently. Mm-hmm. Or as many as...
Foreseeable future.
Yeah, as many that are green-lit, Snyder is producing.
Okay.
So Warner Bros. Does have the option to give him a call and be like, this kid's fucking up, get in here and direct some action.
So yeah, I mean, it remains to be seen, but I think we have some hopes. Hopefully we'll see how it turns out. I don't think it will be a huge crash and burn, but it will be,
unless you're Switty.
We'll see.
It will be interesting to see.
We will see.
Yeah, I think that'll do it for episode 15 of the Up Real Late podcast.
Woo! You can follow us on Twitter at UpRealLates. You can follow me on Letterboxd at UpRealTim, real with 2 E's. Adam, shut up. Just give me his little face right now.
Who would do that? Fuck.
Wow. Tyler.
You can follow us on Facebook at Up Real Late Podcast, as well as on Instagram at Up Real Late Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at Mogi6.
Follow this guy. Okay.
Piece of shit. At Mogi6, Mogey6, as well as on Letterboxd. I'm not really sure why you'd follow me on Letterboxd.
Well, they can see your two ratings.
You can see my 2 movies that I've rated.
Yeah.
So
stay tuned for some updated.
Yeah, stay tuned for a 3rd movie.
An Up-Real update.
Yes, Up-Real Ty. Real with 2 E's, Ty, T-Y-E.
And Adam.
You can follow me at Franey25 on Twitter. That's at FRANEY25. Up-Real Adam on Letterboxd. Real, spelled like movie reel, not like fishing reel.
And yeah, you
Actually,
can...
it is spelled like fishing reel.
Yeah.
Meant as movie reel, not meant as fishing reel.
Right. You can follow me on Twitter, Scott, at S_Ellis71. And also follow me on Letterboxd to see my daily updates on Letterboxd.
If you want
It's dirty.
Real Scott.
It's greasy.
Daily. Okay, guys. So until next time, keep it real.